Yo, what's happening? Um, another special prison stories. I like to say special because every time I get somebody to, be able to sit in front of me and tell me their experience with dealing with prison, jail, I find that, something they had to bring forth. So that's special because a lot of people can't just do that or willing to do that to talk about their own experience and what's been happening. And I was going to interview another dude that's been in prison and, things he went through. But then I started thinking to myself, like, what would be different? And what would be somebody to interview that's been in prison without being in prison but still had to do a bid? And the thing I could think about the most was the woman who had my child, the woman who I'm currently with, the woman who's in my life. Because we haven't always been together and we had a rough bid during the time together. But in all actuality, she did as much time as me because she had to go through it too. So I felt like the guest should be her. You know what I'm saying? And things that she went through or the things we went through together because it only seemed right that I interviewed her because she did a bit and it was shit hard on her at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Because remember I told you I got locked up around 17, 18. So that means that she was about 18, 17 too. And, we had this whole experience with each other and she was there. So without further ado, let me introduce you to my life, happiness, and my headache. Extra on headache. A lot on headache. A lot of headache.
Oh, really? Hola.
Okay, so this time I'm gonna put the phone right here because I want to be able to ask her questions at the same time while we both hear the screen. So hold on a second, I gotta do this shot because I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna prop the phone up. It should be good. All right. Okay, everybody can bring it in so everybody can see you. Okay, so let's just start off with this though. All right, 18. I get 13 years.
Okay.
Now, we really don't know about the bid. We really don't know what's gonna happen. We're not thinking I'm gonna do all that time. I know that was kind of. Did you think that?
Yeah, absolutely.
You just felt
100%.
you just felt I was gonna do it all the time.
Yeah.
You didn't have a thought in your mind that I could have been coming home
No,
early,
you had a real charge. You were doing it. It was a thing.
just like that.
Mhm.
Okay, so we also were married. Because I don't know if I ever said this. I was getting conjugal visits, which is trailers, and tell the people how I proposed to you.
Okay, so he's living on May Street. It was like after school, fresh off the metro, came to the house. He playing a game. I'm just there. We wasn't even talking about that he about to go to jail for 13 years. That wasn't even discussed. It was just whatever. So I don't know what happened. We sit on the bed. He's like, "Oh, let's go get married." I'm just like, "Okay, when we going?" And
You was just with it right then and there.
it literally was no questions asked. Why? I don't know. Maybe I was 18 and pregnant. Oh, 6 months pregnant. Can you imagine being 6 months pregnant and the person you're with just gets sentenced to 13 years?
It's crazy, right? Now, do you feel that it was because you was naive or like right now, you know what I mean? Would you still be able to say you never did jail before and I caught this time at this age or whatever dude you was messing with and he came to you and said, yo, he came home and said, yeah, we get married. Would you have jumped at this age and knowing everything you know, would you jump in?
Wait, what?
At this age, say like
Our age now?
our age now. So,
No.
not at all.
No.
You wouldn't even
I thought
do
you were talking about a do-over.
do
No.
no way possible.
No.
Not
I
jumping
would
for that
not sign up for that.
at all.
Don't sign up for it.
Don't.
It's a contract. It's longer than a lease. It's the longest lease.
It's the longest.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. So I get sentenced. I get this time. Like, what was your first thoughts when I was sentenced? Like, you by yourself, you alone. You gotta fend for our daughter because you just had her, and you see yourself, and on top of, looking out, trying to look out for me. Like, what was all that jumbled into one? Like,
it was a lot. It is like, 18, pregnant, had my own house, using jail, was on a bus, dealing with family and their personal opinions, and then, trying to get you through because you was young and scrawny. You wasn't swole like how you swole now.
I was a fighter though.
Yeah, you was a little toothpick. I was kind of worried.
You was why
I was
was
a little worried. You were a little red bone.
I was going for my stuff.
You was a twig. Let's get some throwbacks. When we learn how to work YouTube a little more, we're gonna throw a little throwback in there. He's a little twig, and it was a lot, but my mindset is elevated, so it wasn't much for me. For a person with an 18-year-old mindset, it would have been a lot, but it wasn't for me. It was, but not like it didn't take me out.
All right, so feel that, you know what I'm saying? So as time went on, we're gonna talk about me being in Kawasaki. Now I was there for 2 years, so me being like eight or nine, I was 8 hours, 6 hours away on a bus, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of dudes do this when they be in jail. A lot of dudes be so stressed or so worried about what's going on that they'll stress you and stuff like that. Did I stress you a lot in that time?
Kawasaki, not necessarily.
Mommy, I'm going to pee. I'm going to pee.
Okay, it's all right. We'll use the bathroom. All right, Melly, go use the bathroom.
No, stop.
Melly. As you can see, this is unscripted, so this is just us here, and the little one's gonna be running in and out of time. So, back to what I was saying, right? So, fires are doing the bed. So, a lot of things that dudes be worried about is a female being faithful while they in jail. Mm-hmm. Like the faithfulness is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? No judging. You was young, you had to live your life and, do the things for yourself to develop or for your own happiness, you know what I'm saying? So, but that first time, like, when you try to remain faithful and the first time that you realize that you wasn't, like, this is something that's, like, you done committed yourself to, that's just, like, too much. Like, how was that feeling like when you realized that this just being faithful in this situation was
that it was going left?
Yeah.
You know what? It'd be a combination of things. It's not like a woman who's doing a bid or whatever wakes up and be like, today's gonna be the day. It'd be like, okay, you lonely. This person probably getting on your nerves at that time. You seeing dudes out or whatever, and it just, not everybody can like infiltrate and get a woman's attention. So for a woman to step out on a situation, it gotta be like, it ain't, it's just certain people, certain things, certain situations. It's not like planned. Nobody wants to. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't recommend this to a woman to commit. Like, if you would a dude and they're like, oh, let's get married or commit to 13 years, 14 years, like, don't. Not in a mean, malicious way, but in a realistic way. It's not going to end well. Like, you get lonely, you get stressed, you start feeling like resentment, especially if you have a kid. It's just a lot that goes into it. And then you just be like,
What's one of the times that you remember that I really just was like getting on your nerves, or a time that you just was like, you know what, I'm going to pick a fight with him to make him...
Your Aggie moments came with like visits. You so hell bent on like, if you said it, stand on it. I don't care if it's a blizzard. Get through that blizzard. The fuck? It's blizzards every day, B.
Blizzards every day, B. Walk that blizzard.
So, be like, blizzard. Dude, you didn't grind it all week. You tired. You got this kid. You pinching pennies back then. It was like, it was no emergency fund. You just got about $30 for a week or two, whatever. I don't know. It's just a lot. Phone calls, that cost back then. It was like the Verizon phone was not all luxurious like it is now. Like, it was different. In the beginning years, I even have a car. It's all the bus. was a
So,
lot.
and even though you knew that, you know what I mean, this was a lot, you still didn't want to just let me go. So how did it feel like trying to balance a prison relationship with balancing an outside relationship?
It wasn't more so balancing versus, well, I don't know. Me personally, I'm not good with like hurting anybody. So when I'll send hints. So if I'm trying to hint to you like little stuff that you should catch, like me being dry or little things like that, and you not catching it, or you purposely like I'm catching it, but if she's talking about I'm catching it, but
Fuck what she said.
yeah, basically I'm just like, dude, like
you ain't going nowhere. You got to say
yeah, so I'm like, well, I can't hurt this person, I can't hurt that person. I want to be there and take the calls, but I want to be out and be lit a little bit.
So having to raise a kid by yourself, like really raise a child all by yourself and doing a stupendous, amazing job. That's one of the things I love about you the most, is that regardless of the fact we on it or not, you know what I mean, you've always been a good mother. You know what I'm saying? You did that astounding. But a lot of females don't. Sometimes they kick their kid offside, like, get this little motherfucker out of here. Your father in jail. I ain't got no time to be just wasting. Send him over to grandma somewhere. But, you stuck by it and held it. So, like, when was it times that used to be like, damn, I wish that her daddy was here?
Honestly, you get programmed to being a single parent. You just X that person out in jail, straight no chaser. Like you X them out with no problem. Like it's just not a factor. So I would say like times of like transportation, not even like financially, of course, but just little stuff to take the load off, like transportation or appointments or just the little things.
Just being there, right?
Yeah, basically, just being there. You as a parent, the dad plays a pivotal role. So and with a daughter, you can only tell them so much. So it's like you need to hear from the other side.
You did years. You got me through most of my bid. Like, I always commend you for that too, because you took on a mantle at a young age, and even with the faults and the things that went on in between, you still knocked off a lot of that time. You know what I'm saying? So, how did it feel? Numerously always having to come into the visit, the things you had to go. What was the worst times you had to come into a visit and you felt like you was in jail?
Every time. They're horrible. They treat you like an inmate. They're mean, they're rude, they're just nasty. Like, they treat you like an inmate. There's no specific time. Every time. I would say the holding center, not like the ones that's on Walden, the holding center. It's cold, it's dreary, it's dark. It's like 2 doors. They're nasty. All of them. Wendy was cool, but being a visitor, you get treated, because they treat the visitors as criminals because they think we're bringing stuff in, and they know who you coming to see. So you in there thinking you whatever, getting into shit, cussing guards out, fucking being stupid.
Going off, right?
And then I'm coming to visit you. They're like, yep, random drug. Let's get your hand and fucking all this stupid pockets and it's you.
Now, since we speaking about visits, right? All right, so you know what I mean, coming on visits and everything like that. Would you ever purposely come on a visit to start an argument with me just so you could, or just get me out the way, or did you ever try to purposely start an argument in general just to be like, yo, I'm gonna get on his nerves or act a certain way?
No. If anything, I would be dry because I probably didn't want to drive there. Probably didn't want to spend my last couple of dollars at the goddamn vending machine or pictures or whatever. But I can't say I've honestly never driven to a facility to like start shit. No, but I would be there like, Nigga, I told you I was tired. I done worked all these hours. Your child driving me crazy. You ain't hear none of that. You want us to sit here fucking the whole shift like a CO, fucking 8 hours for me to have an attitude, and you just want to sit here and eat M&Ms like a fucking stupid person. Big ass steroid cheeseburgers. Could feed a whole family.
Stupid cheeseburgers.
Big ass dumbass burgers.
Yeah.
No, I will have an attitude, but you just don't care. I'm out to sell. You just gonna have to have this attitude.
Just gonna have this attitude, right?
Care. Get home in the blizzard.
All right. So we had trailers, you know what I'm saying? And that was one of the things that was good about being married, that we was able to have trailers when I had got to Wendy. So, how did those used to feel? Like being able to spend that time together?
Bittersweet. It's not what it's cracked up to be. It's not
You ain't enjoy my stroke?
it's not hedonism for
Oh, so you ain't going to answer my question. You ain't enjoy my stroke?
I mean, we still together. You okay.
Oh, okay. All right. As long as I'm okay.
We here.
All right. I'm just going.
But the trailers were bittersweet, and going into it, like I said, being 18, young, married, you have family, friends in your ear. Oh, he only married you for the trailer.
Which friends was that?
Everybody.
Oh, it was?
Family.
Oh, they all cut off. It's over now. Yeah, I've been waiting to hear this. Thank y'all for bringing it out, because I've been wondering because some of them same friends is around, and they gone now.
I only got 2 friends.
Yeah, both of them.
No, I didn't say they said it.
Yeah,
they might have, might not.
Nah,
For
they
one,
hinted.
even your family, everybody.
That's why most of them gone too.
They really use that Thanksgiving.
That's true.
Anywho.
Can't help deal with family. Family is family. You can't help it.
Anywho, the trailers were bittersweet because you're with the person you love. You plan the future with, y'all cooking, and it's music, and you vibing. It's just a good little time. Time's up. Yeah, I gotta part ways. So I would say, for people who think trailers is just sex, let's get all this sex in for, was it like 2.5 days?
Yeah.
It's not. It's really, it's low-key sad. It's low-key depressing. You driving home, like did that really happen? Like, then you back to low. It's depressing. Trailers to me is more depressing than joyful.
Now, I ain't gonna front on both sides. Like, I used to be happy to get there. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm about to go on trailer. You know what I mean? I'm away from the police. I'm
Did you marry me for the trailers?
Nah, I married you because I didn't want you to go nobody else. But okay. but I used the same thing. I'd be like, damn, they leaving, and they'd be like, I had a stupid like dumb face, and everybody know when I get back, I just got I want to sing a sad song. I'm playing sad music. They know what it is. Don't say nothing to me. None of that.
But what did that stem from? What put you in that mode?
Because it was like, if I seen you and Mia leave, it's like, damn, like, I wanted to go too. Like, I wanted to be there too. Like, I'm going to tell y'all trailer stories I remember that's always stuck in my head that we had together. One of the first ones is when our first trailer with my daughter, she had to be like, 2 or 3 at the time, maybe 3. And I remember we sitting there on the couch. Now, this is her first time, my daughter's first time really being around me, spending time with me for real, like, except a visiting room setting. So we sitting there, and I'm like, yo, she doing something. She playing with a socket. So while she playing with the socket, I look over, I'm like, yo, Mia, don't do that. So she look at me like, turn back around, start doing her. So I grab her and say, yo, come here. So she comes scooting her little butt up on the pamper, and trying to climb up on the couch. So I scoot her up on the couch. So I grab her and I'm like, yo, if you touch that socket again, I'm going to knock you up. You hear me? You hear me? So she look at me, she like, hobble her little ass back down. And I'm sitting here talking to her, macking. About 2-3 minutes pass, I feel somebody tap me on my shoulder. As soon as I turn around, she grabbed me like this. You hear me? You hear me? I'm just sitting there like this. I hear you. And then she had the nerve to straighten my shirt out after she wrinkled it. So I said, oh shit, this is my baby. Because we was going to get a DNA test.
Lord.
But the second thing, yeah, we definitely look just alike. The second thing is this right here. Second story. So the first time she gave me the bag on the trailer. So yeah, we can't go to jail now. We good. And this is
what?
They don't know if it's true.
Listen. I can't do no time. It must have been a mistress.
It must have been a mistress. Right?
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's not me.
Oh no.
I don't know the statute of limitations.
So listen, dude, listen. Yo. So she come out, it's her birthday, right? So she come out and she talking about some, yo, I'm gonna get high. So I'm like, what? I'm like, I ain't got nothing. Like, you should have said. She like, it's like I brought it myself. I'm like, shit, I didn't know you did. So I'm thinking she playing the whole time. So she go get a rap or some shit like that and come out with the rap and then drop the butt. Boom. So I'm like, oh shit. Now it's done when you gotta tell somebody to do something and then they do it on their own. She brung it and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So I let her sprinkle out what she had for herself. Boom.
What did I rap it with?
I don't know. I think it was a Philly or rap or something.
I had a rap.
Yeah, I think you did. And now she bring out, as soon as she take what she taking out for her, because she bring a nice little amount. So I'm like, oh, this going back. You know, nigga thinking this head cha-ching. I'm about to get this. This is my first time because I could never booth on a visit in Florida. Never. Unless I got forever in a day. So when the trailer was like, oh, this is my perfect time to practice. Boom, I'm about to pop that joint up in there. So I wrap it up, boom, we get ready to leave. So I'm going to put it up in there, boom, boom. But I'm nervous because I ain't had no plastic. I had to take some other type of plastic. Usually, you know, nigga bring it, throw it in a condom, hit the condom, throw it in there, or glad wrap, pack it, boom, put that joint up in there. You know what I'm saying? This joint had to wrap this in some plastic bag, pass it, boom. So I wrapped the joint, throw it up in there, boom. But this is my first time. I'm feeling like, damn, this shit might be hanging out, plastic, because they see the plastic, I'm going to jail. It's over.
I don't want to be a part of this part.
Yo, so I'm like this. Quit up. Yo, come here. Real nigga shit though. Cause you know what I mean? Niggas done been through this. I'm like, yo, come here.
I don't want to be a part of this.
So I'm like this. Yo, listen. I need you to look back there.
Oh my God.
And see if any plastic. She's like, what you mean look back there? I said, you gotta look in the crack and tell me if any plastic hanging out. So she's like, oh my God, it was love would do.
Oh my God.
So she's like, yo. So let me remind you this funny shit. She said this too, cause while I was trying to fit it up, and I'm like, damn, this shit. She's like, yo, do like you be telling me to do. You know what I mean? Just relax my breath. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy. You gonna try to use that on me? So boom.
Never again. I'm never gonna be a guest host again.
Never again.
No.
No. So here I go bent over, and she all up in there like looking like. You know what I mean? And nah, it's good, babe. So that was something funny from the trailer I seen. And then
listen, let me tell y'all the backstory on that. The mistress brought that for herself. Okay? There was no prior plans, whatever. Back in my smoking days, I ain't smoking over a decade, but
neither
the mistress didn't smoke over a decade.
So listen, so this is another thing too. This is another one I remember. We on the trailer, right? So I'm sitting there, and this is when we're being friends and we're trying to open up each other. We're reaching that age where we're friends. So she's telling me about two friends that she has.
Oh my!
So some young boy, some older dude, whatever. She got her friends. And not knowing, because this is what jail niggas is. Jail niggas do shit like this. We will set you up for the kill because we want to see if you're actually going to be bold enough. And we play the role because we've been taught to play a role. To sit there and smile and laugh and aha, he. So, yeah, I'm sitting there kicking it with her eye. But I'm sitting back in the back of her like this while she in front of me. Like this. So I'm sitting on the couch while she on the floor. So I get her to talk and get her to loosen up. She, oh, yeah, babe. So I'm like, yeah, so what about who your friends you talk to? So here she go just to open it up. Started talking. I remember I asked about one of them, and she just was giggling. Oh, him, yeah, he's so crazy. I said, I'm sitting in the back, and I said, I should punch this bitch in the back of her head. She lucky I ain't Ike. And she just is sitting in front of me, and I'm like, yeah, she want to be open and be friends. Yeah, she gonna be friends with this left hook and this right. They gonna be the best of friends. She gonna have two best friends. It's gonna be called Black Eye, Left Eye. Beating.
I already knew what you was doing.
You didn't know what I was
Yes,
doing.
I did know what you was doing.
So why would you sit there and just open up like
because
that?
that's what you wanted. That's how you get your rocks off. I knew what you was doing.
Another thing. Never ask on a visit, a trailer, or anything, especially a visit. I wouldn't ask this on a trailer, but I probably asked them when I was younger. How you used to feel when I used to be like, yo, you fucking somebody?
How did I used to feel?
And at that time, if you were fucking somebody, how would you feel about that question when I would answer that question?
My first thought was, you already know that.
Like, but when niggas ask that question, that's what females like.
I don't know. Probably. You already know, like
but dudes in their head be thinking y'all don't have urges. Y'all don't.
Yeah, well, if that's what helped them sleep at night. And the crazy thing about it is, women, it's better, like, if I would have been consecutively faithful for those 11 years, you still would have got out and fucked other bitches.
We don't know that. My
We
heart.
don't know that. What are you talking about? You gonna play unscripted, right?
We know.
Unscripted. Yes.
We don't know
Listen, you could have been squeaky clean for fucking up 1 year. This nigga gonna get out.
That's how you, like that.
Like,
but you don't know that. If it would have been faithful through the whole time, I might would have been.
Listen, I would have gave you a good couple months, but y'all get out. You got to get It's a lot. So, you know, you like, I didn't know signing up for 13 years, whatever. You wouldn't have knew, like, okay, if I would have been faithful for the 11 years, you getting out. You don't. It's a whole new world, a whole new ballgame. It's a lot to take in. So you don't know. You would have signed up like, oh, she was faithful for the whatever. I'm going to get out and do that in the third. Twerk video. The fuck? The fuck is this bitch?
So, all right. So I know for myself, me doing this time, like at first it used to be there like, okay, I got this much time. It didn't really kick in until I had to say I was like 5 or 6 years into the bid. I just woke up one morning and was like, damn, like, yo, I'm really stuck in this motherfucker. Like, I ain't going nowhere. Like, this shit, I'm really here. And, you know, I used to wake up and be like, I can't believe, like, this is about to continue. Like, where birthdays would pass and Christmases and, like, I mean, since we in the holidays right now, like, when did you realize, like, I know you knew I was going to do something, but when did it really kick in? Like, oh, my God, like, he really has, like, over a decade to do.
I felt that way when they sentenced you. I never not felt that way. It never, you had a real charge. It wasn't nothing light. So me being knowledgeable, even at a young age, I knew a certain percentage that you were going to have to do. 13, you doing at least 9, a hard 10. You end up doing 11. So it's like, I knew that. So it kicked in seeing you in court. You's gone.
Out of here. Did it really like
the epiphany moment? No, it was.
When did you get fed up? Like when you was like, because it was a while. Like we was like, damn, knocked out 8 years with me. So 8 years out of 11. So when did it really kick in? Like
maybe
forget all the breakups and coming back. When did it really kick in? Like I really can't do this no more.
I don't know. Like it never been a I can't do this. It was like, I don't know. Like it took a while, some years. It just got. I don't want to say too much, but like I'm the type of person is like, what, like this can't be it. So it's like for me, it wasn't even geared towards you. I'm like, this can't be it. Like lonely, whatever. When I start pursuing an actual relationship with somebody else, so it was never a me throwing in the towel. It was like, okay, I'm ready for a full blown outside relationship. So that's when that kicked in years later.
And did you ever think to yourself, like, while you was in this relationship that you was pursuing, and did you ever think about, like, damn, I wonder how he feel?
I thought about that, but it's out of sight, out of mind. So you think about it, and you're one of them people where you're not, you're upbeat. You're not calling like, oh, I can't take it. Oh, whatever. A lot of people, not even myself, may think you got it all together, or you just held shit down in jail, or it's like
Never let him see me fall. I smile with the face all
that
day.
right there, right?
Never.
That right there.
Ever.
The whole unbothered.
Box time.
So I'm like, shit,
that.
he unbothered. Let him be a little unbothered a little more.
Let this nigga be unbothered more. Just go on.
He alright.
He fine.
He just a little unbothered.
Just a little bit unbothered. So, you know what I mean? She alluded that without me being unbothered because, I'm just the type of person. But when I would be, what would you think when I'd be in a box and stuff like that? When you would find out I was in a box?
I didn't think. You put on this such strong persona. It's hard to feel like pity or like he's going through it, because did we talk when you was in the box? Like letters? Was that a thing?
Letters.
You never portrayed the severity of the situation. And I'm a real naive person to some situations. So I didn't take in account the severity of the box and all that. Never been in jail. Never intend on going to jail. It's not my thing. It's not going to happen.
My thing, why I've never ever stressed that so much of making somebody, or even on visits, talking about what's going on, is like, this is me doing these videos is the most I really express about prison is with y'all. And that's, like I said, it's a way to open up, or, just to remind myself, because sometimes, you could forget. So I like doing these just for that too. But far as during my bid, it never was something like I didn't go on a visiting floor, or I didn't write on like, oh, this happened in jail, this happened in jail, this is going police, niggas is fighting, this happened. I never did that. So even being in a box, it would be like I would write as if I was, upbeat, and this is what it is, even if I was going through something, because the situation can't change. Like, it's not changing at all. Speaking of writings, how would you feel when I would write letters to you cussing you out? I'm like, bitch, I'm telling you, don't play with me.
That would lead me towards my other nigga.
That will. So you was gonna say straight face on camera like that? You was gonna say that?
I'm like, yep, you did it.
So you did it.
Oh, you did it.
You did it.
I'm getting cute tonight. Nigga wanna play with me? Fucking play with me? The fuck?
Yeah. So, dude.
But no, it's super aggravating if you're in jail. Well, if y'all in jail, y'all can't see this. I don't know, cause they got tablets and shit now. Y'all might could see this. It's Aggie writing a woman, cussing her out. Even phone calls like, yo,